So hello everyone. I did do some garden maintenance Friday, but I recorded it with my camera, and because I want to start using my camera for a lot of this instead of my phone. But of course it did not act right, and yeah, so footage from Friday we will not see. And say I decided to do some canning because every other week I try to can up meats that I have in my freezer so that as we move upon hurricane and tornado season, I don't have a lot of stuff in my freezer. And now that I know how to can and preserve, this is something that I choose to do at least every other weekend to get some of the stuff down. So enjoy. So this weekend I decided to can up some sausage and hamburger. So right here is my sausage, and I like to cook it so that it's in crumbles. So some lazy Saturday mornings, we can just get up. I can cook a nice pot of grits and mix the sausages up in the grits, and you have grits and sausage. Or I can always put it in the pan and saute it and make some gravy and have grits, gravy, and sausage however. It'll be readily available in my jars whenever I'm ready. And this is not my first time. I do this often. I'm just not ready to do any how-to videos. So this is the way that I do it. And yeah, so I'll cook the meat until it is just a little bit of pink left in it. So here you see me crumbling it up, and of course I'm not leaving any meat behind. Everything is too expensive these days, and I want every red cent of my money's worth. So this is what you see me doing right now. It's just cooking the meat. So I actually had already cooked the first batch. This is my second batch, and I just go ahead and add everything together and go ahead with my meat mesher and continue to just crumble it as much as I possibly can. Again, I don't cook the meat all the way through, even though it looks like it, but there is a lot of pink left in the meat. So here my jars, I have them in the oven, sterilizing. I washed them and popped them over in the oven and left them in there because of course when you are jarring up hot food, your jars have to be hot or warm, as well as your water in your canner. So here I am filling up each jars, and I only did half a pint jars because it's just me and my husband and sometimes my grandson on the weekends, so I didn't want to put a lot of sausage in each jar. So I just used my small size jars and got them filled up, and you'll see me just adding to as I go to make sure that I had enough meat and jars. So over here, this is me, I like to go back and add a little bit of the fat off of whatever meat I'm cooking to my jars, and I also like to go and add a little bit of hot water or some broth, whatever I have on hand, just to add that little extra seasoning to it, because I don't add any salt, pepper, anything like that until I get ready to warm it up. So that's what you see me doing here. Okay, so here I am debubbling, which I am removing any trapped air bubbles from inside the jars after I have filled it with the food and or liquid before putting my lids on, because if you have any air pockets while you're canning your food, it can interfere with proper sealing of the jars. It can cause siphoning, which means liquid in your jars can bubble up over the jars, and you can lose a lot of your liquid during the processing time, and it can also lead to spoilage. So that's a very important step that actually is fun to do. So now I got my vinegar and I have my lids that I normally will put in a pot of warm water, just to keep those sterilized and ready to be placed on top of the jars. I also wipe the rims with vinegar, and that's just to clean up any fat or anything that may cause the lids not to seal properly during the processing time. So cleaning the tops with vinegar really helps, and it also gives me a chance to make sure there are no cracked or broken pieces on my jars. So yeah, so here I am putting my lids and my rings on, and I am turning my rings, what they call in the canning world, fingertip tight, where you can just tighten it with your fingertips and you just give it maybe like a quarter of a turn. You don't tighten them real hard, you don't add any pressure to it, you just give it a natural turn and you are done. You don't put any strength behind tightening these lids, because if you do, they will explode on you in the canner. I have not experienced that firsthand, and I don't want to experience it. Here you see I have added my first set of jars to my canner, and I am getting ready to add the second set of jars to my canner. And I really like my little canner, except when I'm doing bigger jars I can't stack them, but these little jars I can stack on top of each other and can. So that's what we're doing, and then you would just see the rest of the canning process, which is me putting the lid on, getting it tightened, and then waiting for my little my little thing right there to pop up. All right, now that I have let my steamer vent for 10 minutes, it is time for me to add my weight. And I love this weight gauge here. I normally use the gauge that came with this thing, and the only thing I hate about this is you have to use it and keep your eye on that thing right there. With the one that I'm using, that one, as long as she starts shaking and dancing, and she's at a consistent dance, a little shake or shimmer or whatever you want to call it, then you know you are at the correct pounds that you need to be. And mine is 10 for where I am. I also did a couple of jars of hamburger, getting some hamburger meat out of my freezer, and it added up to a couple of jars. So I got those done as well yesterday, and as you can see, they are good to go. So of course here I am waiting on my little girl or my lady to start doing her dance, but I kind of knew something was going on because the last time I canned, my canner was making like a whistling sound and then it would stop, and I thought it was the jars inside. So I learned that that was due to my vent not being able to properly vent and needed to be checked. And so I did that and started the whole process of canning all over again. So lesson learned. I love learning lessons while doing. Okay, so I've learned what the male flower looks like versus a female flower. So let's go. So this is the male flower. And this is a female flower because the fatness or the ovaries or whatever they want to call it. But it would actually be a melon if I pollinate the two, which means they gotta hunt each other. So give me just a minute and let me pull the petals off. I'm trying to pull the petals off without pulling the stem off. Y'all, I'm jumping because I done seen some baby lizards out here. So, I mean, baby, tiny baby alligators. Okay, so now we got to, let's get it on. Oh, baby. So we pollinating, and hopefully in a few days, we had a nice time. All right, going on home now. You spent. Go on. We done found another one. Sis pregnant with possibility, but she ain't pregnant. I mean, I don't know what to call it, but anyway, we found one. See the thick stem. So we gonna pick. Papa was a Rolling Stone here, and we gonna pull his leaves off. Let's move that. Y'all see it? Let's go, girl. Let's go ahead and get it on. Come on, Marvin Gaye, come through. Oh, baby. Let's get it on. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. How does it taste?
It's really tasty.
Really tasty? Okay. So that'll do it for this video. If you like what you're seeing and you are not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe. For all of those who are subscribed to my channel, thank you so much for your support, and have a blessed and awesome week.